morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Warm welcome to all of you.
Ramadan
Ramadan
Kareem.
Kareem.
हमारी आलिया किधर चली गई? So आज हमारे पास एक ग्रीन ब्यूटी बैठी है, बड़ी अर्ली वाइब्स दे रही है अपने को, and I want to introduce her to you. उसके पहले let me share the screen. I have something for her.
Oh wow.
Credit goes to my lovely Richa. And
Oh my god, wow.
and Alia, she's the one who writes all these write-ups for us, and Richa makes the PPT for us. So yes, a lot of hard work by these girls. So here it is today. We have another guest speaker session, and let's introduce you to our gorgeous, ravishing entrepreneur, Miss Seema Malhotra. Can we give a big round of applause?
Thank you. This is so nice.
So she's the founder of Soul Story, and आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, she was also the sponsor for our very first event of We Happy Homemakers, and she had gifted those lovely jutis. So it was like, Seema, I received a lot of messages after that. Who received those khusas? Khusas,
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
That was the word.
Correct.
I was like,
Yeah.
khusa
That's right.
hamare isme nahi tha. She was like, no, you sent the picture. Then I realized that the khusas were the jutis, and they were actually asking me for that. And you know, उनका वो जान उसमें पड़ा था कि किसको मिली है. Even I got the yellow one, guys. It's so amazing. I have to
Seriously,
post that.
nice.
Yes.
So nice.
Yes.
I have two pair and I really love. They're so comfortable, so padded. So I
Thank
request
you. I'm
everyone
so
you should
glad.
all use. You should
And by the way,
definitely buy
my
them.
feedback will value more because this is the first time I'm wearing jutis in my life.
Yeah, you told me this is the
Yes.
first time that you were actually buying jutis. Yeah.
Yes, and I was always reluctant to buy because I never understood why to buy them, because you don't understand the left and the right. Then she
Correct.
said, "This is the beauty. This is the
Yeah.
beauty. You can wear anyhow." And actually, the moment I wore it, I was like, I want all of them. And I was actually fighting with her and the rest of my friends. They were also
Yes.
there looking around.
Yes. Remember.
You remember that Richa
Yes.
was there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
But
you
then-
can, the best part is you can pair it with any, dress, fusion, Indo-Western, Western, or
Yes.
any other,
Yeah.
it'll go with all sari, suits, Western, everything.
Western, everything.
So
True.
you should definitely
And I
try
wore it
once.
on my Western dress, one of my Western dress. You know, it went so well with the ochre yellow and ochre yellow together. It matched so well,
Yeah.
and people were actually complimenting me for that. And I said, "Hi, मालूम है मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है." So yes,
Yeah.
let's move forward.
That's
And
true.
our today's guest speaker is a ravishing, gorgeous entrepreneur, Seema Malhotra, the founder of The Soul Story.
Thank you.
Seema is a Dubai resident, passionate on fulfilling her dreams and ambitions. She has sailed through destiny's ride from being a teacher to an entrepreneur like us.
Yeah.
With the relentless support of her husband, Seema conceptualized and created The Soul Story. Seema's dual purpose behind The Soul Story was persevering the traditional craftsmanship of Punjabi footwear and blending vintage taste with contemporary styles. That you can see actually, isn't it, Richa?
That's true. That's true. 100% true.
She feels proud and elated being a mompreneur and presents her brainchild, The Soul Story. Her journey onwards is a long and winding one, yet she is positive of overcoming the challenges. Practicing yoga, exploring the French language, that's her hobby, and passion for tea are her stress relievers.
Wow, that's lovely.
Yeah, no wonder she drank 2 cups of tea that day at my place. She drank my share too,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm a tea lover.
I got to know now.
So that means you must be visiting Philly very often, yeah?
Yeah.
For Seema, the soul story has just embarked. She's eager to see it creating a surge as it reaches every year, every soul. And I'm sure, Seema, this is going to spread like wildfire. And we have a good group of happy homemakers who are going to help us in, spreading a word across about the soul story.
Yes.
And no wonder it's always like this, right? When the quality is good enough, you don't have to speak or you don't have to force
Correct.
people. Your product
Correct.
itself,
Speaks
tells
for itself.
about it. Yeah, speaks for
Speaks
itself.
itself.
So this is our Seema Malhotra here in one of the exhibition. Is it your first exhibition,
Yes.
Seema?
No, it was not the first, but yeah, it was almost like, I would say, probably the third exhibition. So it was
Third
still very
exhibition.
new. Yeah.
So from being a teacher to being an entrepreneur, this is her
Yes.
journey. Look at this. Jyoti is here.
Lovely Jyotis,
And the way
yeah.
she takes pictures, I mean, like, so creative one must be. It's
Seriously.
not only selling stuff, it is how you present it to the world.
Correct. Creativity matters a lot. Seriously, the way you present, beautiful. And she's got amazing collection. All the colors,
Yes.
bright, light. Even the cartoon one also she has Mickey Mouse, Minnie, beautiful
Really?
pairs. So
This I
yeah,
didn't
she
Yeah, we
see.
tried
has.
to do something different. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow.
she's got a different, unique collection. So
Some hand painted, some with mirror work, some with all different kinds of works, right?
yes,
So probably that's the best thing, that we're trying to get in as many things as possible.
correct.
Handwork, thread work, mirror work,
I've got
hand
mirror
painted
work for myself.
jutis.
Yeah,
Yes. So
something like we can't imagine that, we can't think that we can wear it so because especially the cartoon ones which you showed, yeah, the Mickey Minnie
the
one, there
Tom
was
and
a Mickey
Jerry,
Minnie,
the
Tom and Jerry,
ones.
so very
Yeah.
nice collection, yeah, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes. So that is
Thank you.
about
Thank
our
you.
Seema Malhotra, and we are looking forward to hear your story. Seema, actually, we will be uploading this video on YouTube too. So we will have
Sure.
more people listening to your story there. Okay, inshallah. So we want to hear
Thank
your
you.
journey. So can you please take us there?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ayesha, for the lovely introduction. It was really nice. And thank you, Alia and Richa, also for the lovely hard work that's put in to present it
Oh,
also to everybody.
most
Yeah, thank you
welcome.
so much.
Most
So
welcome.
to start off, it's just been a year for the soul story. And before that, to tell you, I was actually a teacher, and we were all colleagues working together at school. And of course, that is still one of my passions. Teaching is still one of my passions, but I had this little thing of wanting to start something on my own. And just sometimes you're just fascinated with being an entrepreneur and
Correct.
things like that. So all these years I would just kind of keep pushing it and postponing it to a later date, and say, let me just do one more year of school, and then maybe then I'll start something. And each year, the new year, academic year would begin, I would be like, okay, it's okay, one more year, and then after this, for sure, I'll start something. Until I reached a point that, of course, all of us, when COVID hit, and we were like, and then I realized that I need to start doing something now. Otherwise, I'm just going to be pushing year by year, and things are just going to pass by. That's when I decided, and you won't believe, it was in a span of 15 days that I took up this decision that yes, I am going to quit the job that I'm doing, because till the time I don't leave it, I'm not going to be able to pursue the other passion that I'm really wanting to do.
Correct.
I took this call. Of course, it took a lot of courage, because I knew I didn't know what I was getting into, because it's a different thing when you're going for a job every month. You're getting a particular kind of salary. You have friends, you have a lot of support. You're going to be just ending that absolutely abruptly, and then you're
Correct.
going to be starting off something new. So when I started the soul story, honestly, I had no idea what I was getting into. The only thing was that, yeah, I knew I had to do something related to footwear, and that to Indian footwear. So I just jumped into it, because I had this burning desire of there was some way that I wanted to sell something which was handmade, Indian. We are supporting the artisans in India. Plus, in a place like UAE, it's somehow, I would say, you get everything. You get all kinds of footwear, but somehow this duties were something which is not very easily available to us here. So, and that was my personal experience too, that whenever I wanted something like this, I would have to wait. Okay, when I go back to India, when I visit all these things, then will I go and get something. So I was like, why not get it here in UAE, in Dubai, where I do see that there is a market for these kind of handmade products, these kind of jutis, where people enjoy wearing khusas, jutis, and especially moreover that it's handmade. So I just took a call, and I was like, yeah, I need to do this. I need to start. So trust me, when I actually started the soul story, I had no idea how I'm going to go about it. So it was a process where I was learning on the job. Like, I've already taken up something, and then I'm going to be learning things on the job. So whether it's talking about opening an Instagram page, making reels, clicking pictures for your own products, sourcing the products, branding, marketing, you name it. I mean, at that time you're kind of learning. I realized that I'm going to be doing all of this myself, and I was happy in a way that yeah, every day was a new day. Every day you're learning something new, you're experimenting. There are failures. Some days are very good and you're happy you're able to achieve your daily target, that okay, this is what I was supposed to do for the day and I'm trying to get there. Most days it was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Will I be able to achieve this? Will this be successful? There are so many
Correct.
questions in your mind. But I just feel that yeah, if it's never too late to dream, and a new dream, if you have something in mind, definitely go ahead and go pursue it. Life is too short to just keep thinking, I wish I had done
Correct.
this. It's too short. You just feel that if you have a passion, you have a wish to do something, just go outright and do it. Maximum, what's going to happen? Either you're going to fail or you're going to succeed. If you're going to succeed, of course, very good. If you're going to fail also, definitely there's something that you've learned on your journey, right? There are so many things, so many different things which you have learned. So that's when I made up my mind that I'm not going to be fearful of thinking all the time that should I do it, should I not do it. I was like, let's just do it. We'll see what happens next.
Correct.
So with that fear, I was like, I need to overcome that and get that confidence that yes, I am going to go ahead and pursue this. Whether I'm going to be learning on the job, creating a brand right from the scratch is very difficult, but yes, why not? At least every day I know I'm going to be learning something new. So that was the thing. And of course there was a lot of support that I had from family, from friends. I remember my first exhibition, I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to set up the table, how am I going to do things. But I had friends who were like, don't worry, we'll come there and we'll support you, and probably it'll just be a fun day together. So we took it up, like each thing was taken up as a challenge, and together I'm really grateful that I had that kind of support, where it came to friends, family, everybody as supportive as like, yeah, please go ahead and do it. So it was the entire year, I would say, was really beautiful. And to be honest, the entire last 1 year, all I have been thinking of is the soul story. And there has never been a dull moment. And if I have to literally, like, sometimes my husband and my son, they keep asking me that, is there any time that we actually think about us? Because all the time you're only thinking about the soul story. There are times that I come across something and I'm like, yeah, I have a book and a pen and I keep making down notes, that yeah, maybe I can do something different, or maybe I've picked up some idea from somewhere and realized that yeah, I can put it into my brand as well. So it's the whole day, I'm like taking down notes. If I come across something, I'm like, yeah, I can do this for my brand as well. So that thing keeps playing on my mind all the time. And I feel in a way it's very nice because that's the passion that I have for it.
That's your
I just
baby.
want to make it, yes, I just want to make it successful. I want to make it big. I want to make it accessible to people. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And probably I would advise any lady who wants to become an entrepreneur or wants to start anything new. The most important things are, it's all about the work and the relationships. I think we need to keep these two things at the top of the list. The first thing is, know what you don't know, right? And don't be afraid to ask for help from people who you think know or have the knowledge of these things. These are very important things. And also, before we start anything, we need to do a little bit of homework, prepare ourselves, have a clear vision. And another very important thing which I feel is, network with people to learn and gain as much of knowledge as possible, and reach out to people who you think are smarter in areas where you are lacking skills. I'm not good at everything. I'm not good at Instagram. I'm not good at uh, making reels, but I'm seeking out and I'm asking help for people whom I think, yeah, probably can help me, and then learn things myself. So there's another thing, yeah, you don't be afraid to ask people. Don't be afraid to learn new things and incorporate them.
This is something, no, Seema, like you said, don't be afraid to ask people for help. Most of us don't do. We are like,
Yes.
why should we even ask her? She will think that we don't even know. I'm the one who taught her everything, so I better not ask her. So this is the
Yes,
attitude which
that's
most of us carry. But that's a
Yeah.
good thing, like you said. If you want to grow, you need to, learn from people, and it shouldn't be like, oh, I'm like know it all. It should you
Yes.
should be open to new learning.
I think somewhere
That's
we
true.
have these inhibitions in our mind, right? That what if what if I ask someone this, they're going to be like, oh, you don't even know how to do this.
Yeah,
actually.
But
yeah.
trust me, even the simplest of things, like probably, when you're making your own stock sheet, you're making things like that. I don't have anybody who's done it before, but I'm doing it my way and trying to understand as per my understanding. This is how I'm going to understand that I have so many pairs. I have this design. This one is sold out. I need to replace this. All of that on your own, right? And while you're doing that, see, I'm not saying it will be perfect, but wherever you think, yeah, probably I can ask my brother, I can ask my husband, I can ask my sister, please help me. I can ask my friends that, listen, I don't understand this. You need to really help me with this. Don't be afraid. Ask
Correct.
as much as possible, and then learn along with them, so that probably, see, you're starting something from scratch, right? So
Yeah.
it's okay. On the journey, I'm sure there'll be lots of challenges, lots of things where we are just learning, trying to incorporate and getting on to the next step.
So there's another question I want to ask. Like, of course, being an entrepreneur, when you're selling product, it's not like every day you're selling products. So some days or maybe months, it will be like it's going barren. So what do you do that time? Like, how exactly do you go about? How do you maintain your calm? That's again a big challenge
Trust
for
me,
most of
there are
us.
some days which are very disheartening. There are not, I mean, I would probably say days together. I'm sure Richa can also relate to this.
I can relate.
Like
Yes,
you
true,
just
true.
very good question asked, Ayesha. There have been days where it's so disappointing and disheartening, and you just kind of start feeling like, I keep questioning my husband that I hope I've taken the right decision. I hope this thing, I hope I'm able to sell. I hope I'm able to achieve the targets that we have set for the
Correct.
month. There are months where we don't, I mean, I'm not able to achieve, I've not sold anything. But the only thing is that, okay, fine, you realize there are some days which are going to be really low, and things, see, these kind of products are more seasonal.
Yeah.
Seasonal in the sense, if there's a festival, people are going to be going out shopping. They're going to be reaching out to you if they want to buy something, right?
Yeah.
So those days, those are the low phases, but then you keep thinking, that's when you try to invest time. I probably keep myself busy with, that's the time that I utilize to click pictures, build on my Instagram page, try to connect with more people, learn more things, spend that much time on designing something. So those are the days where probably I utilize in doing these things.
Correct.
R-
We can't lose hope,
rather, yeah,
Correct.
rather than putting it into something more constructive, rather than just feeling, oh my god, I can't, like, what's going to happen. Definitely there are many days where you just are totally disheartened, but
It
then
happens, it
those
happens,
days,
it's true.
yeah,
Yes.
those
And
days
I have
probably you
also have a
spend on
question.
more constructive things.
True.
I also have a question. Seema, first thing, all the best for your future as well. And the
Thank
way you
you.
have told your story, it's always like it's always very challenging when you're starting something new. But it's far. I always say that it's far better to take up the decision for starting a business rather than just sticking to the job, because business has its own charm. And although it's a long way, but the sky is the limit. So
True.
you will reach those skies soon, inshallah. And
Thank
never
you.
give up the hope, because we are all living in a very competitive market.
Yeah.
So one thing I really would like to ask, that being a teacher, I know we never had the experience of business. And in business, the very first thing that is more challenging is the customer handling. So this is what I want to ask you. Like you just said that we have to learn that how did you cope up with this challenge about the customer handling, and still till of today, what are the challenges that you are facing when you are handling the customers?
So you have very good question asked, and thank you for all your good wishes also. And See, I think the best part so far has been, since I am the only one who's kind of dealing with the clients, with the customers, I'm trying to build that kind of rapport with them. That kind of thing, that yeah, a kind of a bond where I know that next time that they want to purchase something, probably a juti, they will definitely get back to me and ask me. So I'm trying to build that kind of relationship with them, trying to ask them for their feedback, uh, getting to know what their tastes are, what kind of stuff is that they're liking. In case if I have probably 50 designs, I'm trying to gauge and understand what kind of people like what kind of things, what's the price range that they're looking at, where is my product placed at in their mind. Are they finding it too expensive, are they finding it too cheap? Also, if it's too cheap, people have this question in mind, yeah, maybe the quality is not going to be good. If it's too expensive,
Yeah.
definitely they are going to have questions again. So I'm trying to gauge that, since like you said, I have not done this before. I have always been into the teaching profession, where I think we were in a very comfort kind of a zone, and here you are kind of facing different kinds of people. But yeah, I definitely, one thing is, I try to create that kind of relationship with them, that kind of bond. And over this 1 year, I have tried to understand what kind of things they like, the prices, the quality that they're looking at, and where my product really stands at that place. So even when I go for exhibitions, I'm more interested in interacting with people, networking with them, asking them certain things. And then
Correct.
after they have purchased something, and probably ask them how they have felt after wearing the juti. Was it comfortable? What do they really think about it? And touch wood, by God's grace, so far, I think everybody, whoever has really bought it, has always been uh, in good wishes, and
Like a satisfied customer.
they have
Yes,
good comments and good feedbacks.
That's
I can
Yes.
vouch
That's
on
good.
this too. I can vouch
same
on
here.
this.
Second, even I can
She,
vouch. Yeah,
she is a
same,
very
same.
down to earth person. The way she is now, she is like this, and I've known her for a couple of years now. And the way Seema present herself, she passes on a vibe. She's got an aura, which is very, contagious. I can really see. See, she's still smiling there. So that's what she is. And
Contagious.
yeah,
She's
and
using the
something
word
talking about
contagious.
some fussy customers as well, because it's not, life is not only about good customers,
Yes,
fussy
Yes,
customers,
it is
definitely.
but
difficult.
there's
I
Yes.
another
think to
thing.
deal with them, sorry to
Mm,
interrupt, I didn't complete that, Aisha. Sorry, I'm very sorry. But yeah, when she asked me about difficult customers, touch wood, by God's grace, I have not got someone so difficult yet. But yeah, whoever has been difficult, the key to handle them is patience and
Big.
smile, and
Yeah.
be just grateful that fine, as long as you have come and approached us, we are very very grateful,
mm,
and we will do whatever it takes to make you happy and
happy.
to go back with a product that is going to make you happy. So patience to deal with them. They can have lots of questions in their mind. There are certain people who've made up their mind that they are going to buy something, but they are going to drag you and pull you till the
Yes.
time you are kind of, you don't snap
Actually,
out.
exhausted.
Mm,
Yeah.
You don't snap out. Like ek hota na,
Yeah.
you kind of feel mentally I'm drained, that person has asked me so many
Um,
questions, especially on Instagram. If I might, I think Richa or someone might be able to relate.
yes.
There are clients who actually ask you questions for a week. They will tell you, hold on to the product, we are interested. If you
True.
get back to them, they'll still have some other question. Do you have this in this color? Do you have, oh, I wanted that particular color, don't you have this design in that color? So they'll have so many questions. At the end of it, I think to deal with them is patience, and that kind of smile that you put up, and not snapping back at them. That's the key to handle them. There is no other thing,
true.
where you cannot lose your
That's true.
cool, and you cannot lose your cool and say, oh, this person is asking so many questions, I'm not going to reply back, or I'm not going to answer back. You have to still patiently, with a smile, continue it and say that, yes, please, we'll be very happy if you buy something from us.
Correct. In fact, I tell you, Seema, I totally agree with you. In fact, my patience level has increased because of this. My patience levels was very low, but because of all these things, na, मतलब
ये
it's
कब
it's
से
so
हुआ तुम्हारा
irritating
पेशेंस लेवल
sometimes.
लो? ये कब
बहुत
से?
कम था, seriously, but now na, like I know smiling, replying, text, talking and everything, but at the back of the mind we know it, like it's so exhausting at times, but we
Yeah.
have to keep that patience level. It's very important.
And
So
now you
that is
know,
the
girls,
key.
yeah, why they keep smiling
That
all
is
the
the
time.
So
Customer
finally Aisha
service.
came to know, she revealed her
Customer
secret.
service, very
Seema.
true.
Yeah. And by the way,
Very
girls,
true.
there's another thing. You guys are teachers. So you don't get all the time this good parents. So there might be some fussy parents, not might, you get it definitely
Always.
every
Exactly.
year. So
Yes, true.
dealing with fussy customer and dealing with a fussy parent, both are the same thing. Still you have to
Exactly.
maintain that smile. No problem. We are going to sort it out. We will do it. Don't
Yes.
worry. This, we will also do this. ये भी करेंगे. हम साथ में करेंगे.
Yeah.
So it works the same way with the customers as well, I believe. So वो आ
Yeah.
जाता है सादिया वहां से हमारा जो है ना अंदर से you are a teacher yourself too, isn't it? आप भी हो ना? Yeah, so वहां से आ जाता है अपने को पेरेंट्स को वहां से कैसे डील कर दिया थोड़ा अपने को हो जाता है. So no wonder you know now
Or
why
we
I
are
keep
taught, no,
smiling.
Aisha.
Yes, that's
Hmm?
why I asked this question, because I myself experienced the same thing what she's saying. So I wanted to ask from her that is it only me or everyone is in the same
No,
नहीं
no,
नहीं.
we're all sailing in the same boat.
हाँ.
We have sailed, in fact.
हाँ.
Yeah.
ये पॉजिटिव थिंग मेरे लिए इसलिए है लाइक तुम लोगों का तो बिजनेस है, मेरा भी बिजनेस है, लेकिन वो पेड वाले जो होते हैं वो उसका अलग, बट मेरा मोस्टली फ्री में जाता है ना, तो मुझे उल्टा पढ़ने वाले लोग बहुत कम पढ़ते हैं. दे आर ग्रेटफुल ऑल द टाइम. सो मेरे को
Yeah.
इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता उनसे झेलने के लिए. एंड दैट्स द रीजन आई हैव अ स्माइल टू. बीइंग अ टीचर आई थिंक यू नीड टू कैरी अ स्माइल ऑल द टाइम, isn't
Yeah.
All
it?
the time.
Keep
Yeah,
smiling.
Yeah.
kids
Or
love it too.
Aisha, we were taught also na, during our professional development sessions. School
Yes,
में भी they treat the
yes.
parents as customers.
Yeah.
So बोला जाता था, याद है? So that teachers को already आता tackle करने difficult लोगों को.
हाँ, लेकिन सब भी नहीं कर सकते आलिया, वो चीज है ना, वो keep smiling. It is irritating for quite a few as well. Like we, even you are a teacher, amazing teacher, and she has been my son's teacher as well, Alia, and one of the best teachers I've known. Trust me, I got her cohort as well when I was teaching in Winchester back then, and it was having I think 3 to 4 talented kids and almost 3 to 4 gifted children. Like it was like that. The level of intelligence or जो knowledge है वो बच्चों में which Alia has put in, it was like on par, I can tell you. And I used to get back-to-back outstanding lessons that year. तो इसलिए ना मेरे को मारेगा ये पकड़ के कि how about the rest of your years? But this is true. My career was at peak, Alia, when your class came to me. And that was the year all the VIPs and everyone came. Yes. So again, it takes a lot of patience for teachers, and we are already like Seema says, like, this is how I interact or this is how I'm dealing with my challenges, because she's got that patience. Being a teacher itself, you have lots of patience dealing with tiny kids, and these girls have dealt with tiny kids, 3 to 6. 4 to 6, yeah, 4 to 7, I think, 4 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So tiny bursts they are, and they are full of energy. You need to go down to that level to match their energy, actually. So yes. So Seema, another question for you there. Like, how about your childhood? How was that? Was it like you
My
always
childhood?
aspired to be did you always aspire to be an entrepreneur, or how did it go? Was it a peaceful one, or you want to go back to your childhood, and did you have a good life there? How exactly was it? Everybody's childhood is different. Yeah, I know it is.
That's what mine was, a very happy childhood. Yeah. And in fact, since my father was also he's still into business and all of that, he just kept feeling that, yeah, why are you going to work, that kind of thing. When I decided I wanted to take up teaching as a career, and it was, that question was always there, really, will you be able to do it? And I was like, yeah. So when he probably heard that I'm trying to get into I want to start something on my own, he was actually very proud about it. And he was the one who really encouraged, and he's like, yeah, definitely you should try something. The kind of advice and the kind of tips I got from him, very, very nice. And in fact, the days that I am on my low, I'll probably speak to him and ask him, that somehow it's not going fine, and there have been days I've not made sales, and the only thing he keeps telling me is like, don't worry, like give it a good 3 years to be able to get into the market. People will know you in 3 years, so give it that much of time. Spend as much time on marketing, So these kind of advice that I keep getting from him, which is very nice. But yeah, as a childhood, yeah, I had a very happy childhood, and I have my younger sister, my brother, who are also supporting me in my journey with the soul story. So I have a lot of help coming in from them as well. And like I said, my foolish questions that I have, I always they're the first ones I throw them at, and they're like, "You don't know this," and I'm like, "Yeah, really. I might be the eldest one. I know y'all are very good at the technical part of
Technical
things,
part.
and with
Tech
technology,
savvy, yeah.
with phone,
Correct,
yeah. So I
correct.
said, I am not that. So you guys need to help me. And there have been days where I've just thrown work at them. I'm like, you have to do this for me, or teach me how to do this. You know, editing the reels and posting on Instagram, a lot of things. I'm like, I just don't know it, and you guys have to help me. So yeah, they have been in our own ways fighting and struggling with it, but at the end of it, they managed to help me out.
Very
So
nice.
yeah,
The
it's been good.
support. Yeah, so you got all the support from your family and friends, so that's indeed it's a big help. So I just have one question, Seema. So like you changed your career from teaching to entrepreneur. So like, so what do you feel? What are your feelings like? What was the feeling when you just, because teaching is totally different line, because we know,
Yeah.
and
I
now
told
it's
you I was
altogether
very
a
nervous. I told you I kept pushing it every year that okay, let one more academic year go by, then I'll settle down more and I will kind of. So I kept pushing that decision to every academic year, and I was like, next year definitely I'm going to be quitting my job and doing that, and it didn't happen for a very long time until finally I made this call that listen, I know it's just I'm not being confident, I'm just being fearful of the failure. That what if it doesn't happen? At least here I have a secure job. I'm going,
that's right.
coming,
That's true.
the salary is coming in every month. Of course, there's a lot of work and all of that, but you're not worried about those things, right? It takes a lot
Correct.
to actually quit a set career and
Yes.
get into something where you don't know what's going to happen.
Correct.
But then finally I was like, no, I need to take this call, because again it probably would get pushed to another academic year, which I did. I did kind of quit. I got a bit nervous and I was like, no, let me give it some more time. I joined back school again, and to then after that, probably then I decided that no, when I started getting back to school, I was like, no, I don't think I want to do this. I want to go and pursue what I have thought of. And if it doesn't happen now, definitely it's not going to happen, because
Take time.
yeah, that kind of fear, right, that you have, and also the security that you're getting in money every month.
Correct.
You have that thing in the mind. Okay, fine. At least I'm doing something. I'm getting
Yeah,
my
you're
salary.
stable. That's
Yeah,
right. You
everything
have a
is
stable
fine. You're
career
good at
and
your work. Exactly. But I was
that's
like, no, I
right.
need to come out of the comfort zone and try something new. Give it a good 2-3 years and see how it is.
That's
But
great. So that
Richa and Alia
yeah.
and the rest of the people, she was one amongst the outstanding teachers. And I think science was a forte, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the VIPs and all these people, they used to come to her class too. And once I was passing by in the
Great.
corridor, she got the whole class out of the class outside, and they were in the corridor, and each one of them in there doing their task. I mean, normally you just send them across and they're like running around like crazy monkeys, and the teacher fetching them all. So she is like, she herself has such a low pitch, I am the one loudest otherwise,
Very
I'm
soft,
excited.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited and I shout, not shout, I have a loud tone. But she was like, okay, darling, okay, let's do this one. Done this? And I'm like, ये कैसे कर रही है ये सारा? आवाज बाजू वाले को भी नहीं सुनाई दे रहा. And everyone listening to her, that's the style, And she was too good at her work. Yet she decided to quit her career and start this. But then I can see how well you're flourishing. And yes, like you said, everyone's supporting. When you have people support, then
Correct.
कुछ भी नहीं रोक सकता तुमको. You fight all storms and you are there. And we can
That's
see
right.
Soul Story has become a brand now, and people
Thank
want to
you.
buy it. And I'm really hoping and wishing that you get lots and lots more customers, good customers.
Thank you.
अच्छे
Thank
वाले.
you for all the good wishes.
Same here,
And
same here.
One
yes.
query here.
Thank you.
क्या
Thank you.
आलिया है हमारी यहाँ? जी आलिया.
No, just a query, like as Seema has told that this is this jo jutis hai, they are a traditional part of Punjab, right?
Yes.
So are you getting this stuff directly from those artisans or
Yes.
from some
Yes.
wholesale market like that?
No, directly from the artisans,
Wow.
sending out designs to them, working on new designs. What kind of work will look good with what kind of design? There are some ideas that I give them where they tell me, no, this will not look good. So interacting with them directly.
So
Yeah.
It's
वही
customized.
Yes, it can be customized as well.
So Seema, like these artisans are mostly where we look in back in India. Yeah, artisans are mostly from the villages, right?
Yes.
So वहाँ तक how do you reach them? क्योंकि देखो distance also matters, right? आप दुबई में हो वो villages में काम करते हैं ना artisans.
Yes. See, now
Some
they've also kind of moved out into cities and reaching out to them. Yes, through that's why I said networking, getting to know through and through people, getting to know them. It's like probably how you would go looking on for a tailor to stitch some clothes for yourself, right? You would probably go around looking for tailors. आप 10 लोगों से पूछेंगे, try करेंगे, तब जाके finally after the 10th fit, you'll be like, yeah, this is the kind of tailor this is the kind of fit that I like. So similarly, that kind of thing, that you're spending this entire more than a month, more than a year now, trying to evaluate, yeah, who's kind of going to be making a better fit for you, who's good at his embroidery, those kind of things. So yeah, dealing with them.
yeah,
It's not
so
easy getting
indirectly
them
it's
all.
like a social
Not
cause
easy.
also, na?
Yeah.
And trust me, it's not that easy to deal with these kind of men, because for
True,
them
true.
they have a very laid back attitude ki haan aaj de denge. Their aaj means you have to understand 10 days ke baad. So we are the ones pushing them, listen, no, like for us being a teacher, I think from the teacher's background we are so particular and disciplined. If someone tells us
Yes.
10 on the date of 10th and 9 o'clock, right, we'll really be there 10 minutes early waiting that आज इन्होंने मुझे कहा था ये आज मुझे डिजाइन देंगे इतने बजे, तो हम 10 मिनट पहले ही रेडी हो जाते हैं. For them it's not that. So to get
Yeah.
work out of them is another challenge, which is, I would probably say, the biggest challenge.
Actually, they're very casual
They're-
now. They've got a
They are
very
very
casual
casual
approach.
about it.
Yeah.
They are very, very casual about it. So to get the work done out of them is the biggest challenge.
Yes.
And
that's-
I
that's
think
true.
Alia, Richa, you as well, right? You are in
Yes,
direct
yes.
contact with them.
Yes, yes.
You can relate to the
Manufacturers.
story. Yeah, that's why she's
Yeah,
coming
yeah, I
up.
can
हाँ,
definitely
होता है
relate
ऐसा,
because
ऐसा होता है.
they have a very casual, because if they ask, they will say ki madam 4 days mein you will get it. So we assume that 4 days is not actually 4. It will be turned 7, 8, 9 to wo hona hi hona hai. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
they have, and especially chunki patients and all, we have been dealing with kids and all. Patients to hai teachers, being teachers, and वैसे भी people have patience, but still इन लोग के संग बहुत ज़्यादा we have to deal with them कि नहीं होना है. 4
So
days
सादिया
बोला
जी, जो आप पूछ रहे थे ना, जो गुस्सा कस्टमर्स पे
Because
नहीं निकलता
mindset is
वो इस
different,
तरफ
right?
निकलता है.
यहाँ पे निकलता है. हाँ.
Yes. I understand.
And
I
ज़्यादा भी we
understand.
cannot growl at them, अगर कुछ गड़बड़ भी कर दिया तो it's all
Yeah.
gone then.
True,
हाँ,
true,
जाओ,
true.
मैं नहीं करने वाला
True.
देने वाला तुम लोगों को, जाओ तुम अपनी
खराब बना
ढूंढ
देगा
लो.
ना. Yeah.
Yeah.
So कुछ और कर दिया, so we cannot
हाँ.
And
growl
I
at them
believe
also.
that teachers are basically very good entrepreneurs because of this strength that they have during teaching, that they have patience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
सबसे
exactly.
ज्यादा.
Then they can deal the children. It means they have the patience to deal with all kind of crowds.
Exactly.
So true, so true.
कभी
और
कभी ना साथिया, as a teacher, no, most of the time there are no issues with children. Parents are very difficult to handle.
Exactly. The customer, yes, the
उनको
customer handling starts
satisfy
from
करना
parents.
बहुत मुश्किल होता पेरेंट्स को. बच्चे
Yes,
तो
yes.
मासूम होते, they don't understand so
हाँ.
much.
Exactly.
छोटे
And literally the
में
customer handling. Yes.
सादिया,
तो
छोटे
वहां
वक्त
से
Customer
ठीक
handling
है.
starts from parents.
When the kids are
पेरेंट्स
too
बहुत
small ना,
सिखाते थे अपने को.
तभी हम उनको समझा सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो प्योरेस्ट फॉर्म होता है उनका. जैसे वो बड़े 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 हो जाते हैं ना, उनको तो
Exactly. हाँ,
Yeah.
right.
हैट्स ऑफ, बिकॉज वहां पे और ज्यादा चाहिए ना.
They need
उनके
more
टीनेज
reason.
वाले लफड़े
हाँ.
सब चलते रहते हैं उस वक्त.
बड़े
My
बच्चों को
goodness.
they need reasons for things, no?
और वहां पे उतना पेरेंटल एंगेजमेंट नहीं होता, isn't it, for big kids?
No.
The older the
No,
kids
no.
grow, I think parental
I have
engagement
seen
बहुत कम
how
होता है.
much we are more like closer to children, younger children, na?
Yeah.
Secondary classes में उतना rapport
उतना नहीं
नहीं
होता.
है.
नहीं
हाँ,
होता.
Just give the lecture and leave the class ऐसे.
या बहुत कम कनेक्शन होता है हमारा तो
पर
उनके साथ
ऐसा
बैठना उठना सब कुछ खाना पीना भी what you
खिलाना भी
eating today my son you remember that what are you eating today is it cucumber can I have some
पसीट खिलाना
and she would call me because teachers are bound to have that protocols and all you cannot share the food allergies भी होते हैं so
Yeah.
आयशा सुफियान को कुछ food allergy नहीं क्यों सुफियान ने पूछा ऐसे मैं दे दूं उसको मैंने बोला आराम से आलिया की प्लेट में क्या है उसको बहुत पसंद होता था so he would eat from Aliya's box so with that kind of interaction we have with small kids and yes we need patience and yes Seema आपकी story तो छा गई and I'm in so love with your story और कितना motivating भी था काफी सारे pointers मैं लेके जा रही हूँ साथ में कि learn and be open to new learning और never hesitate to ask for help there are a couple of things जो बोला आपने 3 years का जो आपको take it as a time period for yourself to grow
Yeah.
that is what even Dr. Supriya the other day she mentioned like 1,000 days is the limit 1,000 days में तुम्हारा हो गया तो brilliant नहीं होता अभी भी you feel that no it's not my cup of tea तो चलो दूसरा कुछ so this is another learning that I am taking away and I'm sure the other girls as well so girls any other questions the poll though we have 3 minutes left and then we can wind up
Just I would add that Richa bhi or Seema bhi they are doing a commendable job by supporting the artisans
yes
क्योंकि इंडिया में क्या है the artisans are the one neglected
Yeah.
जब ये प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आता है ना तो उनका जो टैलेंट है वो लोगों को नजर नहीं आता बट व्हेन दीज गर्ल्स आर इंटरैक्टिंग डायरेक्टली विद देम एंड ब्रिंगिंग देयर आर्ट फॉर्म टू द फोरफ्रंट इज रियली कमेंडेबल
right
That's true. That's true.
It's like a social work also
yes
indirectly.
it is
Yeah.
मेरे
I
दिमाग
mean,
में
we're
first आया
creating
था ये।
jobs for so many people there as
Yes,
well.
yes yes
exactly.
और बहुत कम
The
लोग
best-
ऐसे जुड़ जाते हैं ना कि आर्टिजन से लेके रिलेटेड बिकॉज एवरीवन इज नाउ इनटू ब्रांड या शोइंग ऑफ दिस ये वाले मॉडर्न चीजों में बट दिस गर्ल्स आर ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट टू आवर कल्चर पीछे जाते हैं ये
Right.
2 कदम एंड दे आर ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट विद दोस पीपल यस यू आर क्रिएटिंग जॉब्स एंड दिस इज अनदर काइंड ऑफ सोशल वर्क व्हिच यू टू आर डूइंग
That's true.
वेल
That's
पुट
true.
अप
Because
आलिया
yeah, that's totally correct, Miss Alia. Because like for example, in our business, also in our venture, like we have Kantha. You must have heard about Kantha bed covers. So that is only done by a particular, you can say set of workers who are just skilled to stitch that kind of a particular print, and that's only happening in just 1 or 2 villages of India. So that is actually a unique thing, which only few people, and that's also ladies. Only ladies of
Only
that village they
ladies.
do it. Yeah. So that's why it
Exactly.
takes 4 to 5 days to complete one whole set of bed cover or like whatever stitch it is.
1
So that's
second
a unique thing. So we are at least yeah.
Also, sometimes I feel, like probably if it is a big brand in a mall, people don't question and bargain and they pay the kind of
That's
amount
right.
that they
That's
are
right.
asked to.
That's right.
But जब ये चीज हाथों से बनती है, how much we tend to bargain and even for those artisans, मतलब everyone wants to pay them less money. But
Yes.
if you actually go to a mall, in any of the malls, do we go and bargain? We don't go and bargain. But
Yes,
poor
we
thing,
don't.
something which is made with so much of effort and hard work, plus the kind of skills that they have to make it. People are not ready to pay for that kind of
Yes.
work and that kind of artwork. Yes, and यही चीज अगर wholesale में कहीं produce हो रही थी, it's sold at it's so much cheaper and it's sold. People are willing to just go and buy it. But if when it comes to paying for these things, I think we should be more open to kind of these kind of handwork things which are actually made by hand by so many artisans.
right
That's true.
Seema, what about how do you cope up with this cargo costing? Because I think during this COVID and even now the prices are fluctuating a lot. So isn't it difficult to manage to keep them balanced for the customers because they are used to one set price and then you cannot raise the price all of a sudden?
Yes,
So
we
how do
can't
you
raise the
cope up?
price. So I think we need to kind of balance it out.
Market is fluctuating. There's sometimes if the oil prices go up, the cargo goes up. So, but we have to maintain balance for the customers. Like if we tell them, okay, 10 dirhams and have increased, of course they get, oh, 10 dirham, how come? Last time it was this much. So how do you cope up with that?
No, see, we have to keep a fixed price only, and then there is a little up and down where probably we have to manage. There are so many times that we have borne that kind of an expense on ourselves yet, because we're like, okay, fine, we're giving it a year. We are learning as well to know how things are fluctuating now. There are so many times that we've landed up paying custom duties where we were not aware about certain things, and those costs were not added. So, like I said, we can't put everything on the clients as well. So in the first year, we are kind of absorbing all those extra expenses that are coming our way. Again, when we have a new financial year coming up, now we know we are kind of going to bring about those changes, and try and cut costs somewhere jahan bach rahe hain, and then price our product in that particular way.
Right.
That's
Wow.
true.
Especially when you receive the cargo, you get to pay the VAT over here. Earlier there was no VAT,
Yes,
Yes.
so we were receiving shipments, but now
Right.
when you are getting.
That's
that's
lovely.
true. We have to bear it.
Yeah,
We
इतना
can't take
सारा
from the
insight.
At least initially, because आप सब customers पे डाल देंगे तो the price of the product is going to go up
That's
so
what
high,
I'm
you know?
saying, that it's very challenging to keep the balance between the
Yes.
price, because the customers, they don't understand all the hidden costs.
See, I feel, to be very honest, that initial 1 year, we should not focus too much on making profits and
Yeah.
trying to earn that kind of कि नहीं हमने we have to sell everything out and we have to make money out of it. We have
Yeah.
to give it that much time that we are still settling down with the product, the pricing. So give it that bit of 1 year's time to be able to understand how the whole cycle is turning around, you know.
Lovely. कितना सारा इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे को लग रहा है मैं आज ही जाके बिजनेस खोलने वाली हूँ खुद का भी there's so much information और ये सारे इनसाइड स्टोरी होते हैं सीमा which you have actually shared and अगर किसी को है भी होप्स ये वीडियो देखने के बाद भी ये अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट करे then I'm sure this session must be so beneficial to them, isn't it?
And
That's right,
honestly
that's right.
speaking, every entrepreneur almost face the same challenges, but it depends. Like if it's a beginning, they have to cope up. But when you get a little older in the business, the thing starts getting settled down.
Yeah,
That's
And
true.
also what your motive really is, right? If it is really about making money, you have to understand in the first 2-3 years you're not going to be making
It's
that
not
kind of money,
That's
right?
true,
So
that's true.
you have to be open to that idea that ऐसा नहीं होगा कि तुम्हारा business शुरू हो गया and it's going to be like wow, सब लोग you're counting and you're like wow, I'm making so much money. That's not going to happen. You're paying out of your own pockets. Trust me.
Yes,
Most of
it
the time you're
happens.
paying out of your own pocket. We are sitting on so much stock, right? हमने इतनी चीजें order करते हैं. Richa can understand probably if we've ordered
Yes.
50 pieces, not necessarily all 50 pieces are going to be sold, right? So we are sitting on so much
That's
stock,
true, that's
but
true.
you have to understand, so that is a teaching curve for us also, teaching and learning curve, that fine, now we are understanding what kind of things people are liking, how it's getting sold.
Yeah.
So over
It'll
this
take time.
entire
At least 2
journey,
to 3
yeah,
years,
it'll take
yes.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
And
You
I
can't
love this
expect in the first
positivity.
year, seriously. Yeah.
time. Yeah.
तुम जो पॉजिटिविटी के साथ कर रहे हो ना काम, that's what speaks for yourself, guys. That's what I like about सीमा. जितना भी बोल रही प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं, but हम उसको चैलेंज जो है वो हम एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं and we are trying to solve that. So वो जो पॉजिटिविटी है ना तुम लोगों में कि यहाँ ये इतना दूर तक तो होने वाला नहीं है, we have to work harder for that, and even Richa can relate to that. So that is something commendable. Being positive is, I think, one of the
Yes.
other pillar of leading a business.
That's
पेशेंस
right.
तो है, पॉजिटिव भी रहना है अपने को कि हो
That's right.
जाएगा, कर लेंगे करके. So that is amazing. Thank you मेरी जान सीमा for being here
Thank you,
today.
thank you,
And
thank
Richa,
you.
as usual तुम्हारा, how would you end this? गाना
Yeah,
अपना.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
रेडी रख लिया तुमने अपना
Yes,
नोट्स?
yes, ready. और मनवा तू तो बावरा है, तू ही जाने तू क्या सोचता है, तू ही जाने तू क्या सोचता है बावरे, क्यों दिखाए सपने तो सोते जागते, जो बरसे सपने बूंद बूंद नैनों को मूंद मूंद, जो बरसे सपने बूंद बूंद नैनों को मूंद मूंद, कैसे मैं चलूं देख ना सकूं अनजाने रास्ते, गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा, गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा, दिल में बोले कोई एक तारा दिल में बोले कोई एक तारा, गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा गूंजा सा है कोई एक तारा. Thank you so much.
That was
Wow, that
beautiful.
was
Really
amazing.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you
very nice.
so
Very
much.
तुम और तुम्हारा आवाज, शी इज माय ऑल टाइम, क्या बोलते हैं,
कुछ नहीं
फेवरेट.
यार, बस it's all your love, it's all your motivation और कुछ नहीं है, बस तुम लोग इतना मोटिवेट करते हो ना.
Thank
Aisha
you so
तो
much
she's
for this
always
opportunity, Aisha, Richa, and Miss Alia. Thank you so much. It was a very nice opportunity for me also to come out and talk so much and let my story out. Thank you so much for everything. And
You're most
I wish
welcome.
we happy homemakers just grows and grows, and we have more additions to
I
this
mean,
group.
yes,
Yes, to this lovely
definitely
group, because you all are
it'll
doing a
grow.
very nice job, and it's really nice. The kind of efforts you all have put in, really commendable. Thank
love
you so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
so
this
much.
platform. There's so many women who get a chance to come out and
Yeah.
actually talk and talk about their work, about their passion, their inspiration, everything. Thank you so much.
और आप लोगों की वजह से कितने और लोगों को मिलती है इंस्पिरेशन, वो तो अलग बात है. तो यस, इंशाल्लाह. थैंक यू सो मच सीमा, हमारे लिए वो बहुत
Seriously.
मायने रखता है ये वर्ड्स.
It's a big initiative. Actually, it's a big initiative and very helpful for ladies, especially. जो नहीं भी निकलना चाहते ना, at least they get that confidence and boost up. I will definitely come and speak. So that's a big platform. So yeah. So we should all keep empowering women. भाई एक दूसरे को बस support करना है. Keep on supporting each other. So that's the main idea.
Yeah, and reach out to each other in case if we need any kind of help. Is like what I
Correct.
always say, that we should not hesitate. We should just be open to asking each other
Yes.
anything that we need help for.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Seema, for this wonderful session. And
Thank you to you all for giving us the chance. Yes.
Thank you, Seema. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
आई एम सॉरी,
Ayesha, you're
मेरे
on mute.
दूसरे मीटिंग्स, आई एम सॉरी, मेरे दूसरे मीटिंग्स आ गए हैं लाइन पे, so I was just
Yeah.
looking at that. So
Yeah,
thank
so
you
we'll
so
be
much,
posting the
Lisa.
links. Yeah, so we'll be sharing the links and pictures on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, so we'll be doing it. Thank you so much once again, Seema.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Seema.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.